Hey everyone, welcome back. I've got a few extra packs here of M14 I'm going to open up today. Just 6 of them, and I've got a couple extra things I'm going to show you at the end of the video here. So we'll look through the uncommons and rare of each one of these packs, and I think I found my 2 foil rares in the box already. So these are just what's left over after doing half a box of opening, and one quick sealed deck tech. Our first uncommon is Corrupt, Staff of the Death Magus, Barrage of the Expendables. Looks like we have a foil in here. And our rare is a Johnny's Chosen, which goes well with a one of the intro decks that came out with M14 as well. And our rare is a common. It's a Undead Minotaur, one of my least favorite creatures, just because it's a 2/3 for 3. No real benefit there to using this card. But cool to get a foil nonetheless. Island and a tip card. Into our second out of 6 packs here. Bloodbane is our first common. We've got Smelt, Negate. All the cards are used to seeing already. Our first uncommon, Staff of the Wild Magus. A Quarter Shield. This is a 0-drop, and there are a couple of 0-drop equipments in M14 that I've started to think about liking because I don't like the staffs. But this is a equipped creature gets +0/+3 defensive armament here, and the equip cost is 3. So you put it out there, let your opponent think or wonder what you're going to attach it to, and then attach it when you need to. But you can only play equipment. You can only play equip it at sorcery speed. Vial of Poison is a 1-drop artifact, and you tap 1 and sacrifice it. Target creature gains Death Touch until end of turn, which I like as well. So some cool uncommons here. Gigantic Sliver is our rare. It's a 3/3 for 6. All Sliver creatures you control get +3/+3. I promise you guys I will make a Sliver deck after I get through opening all my M14 stuff here. Island and tip card, and I like the, if you haven't seen my other videos, I do like the artwork of that Sliver token, which is replicated here on the, it's actually like a rules card, or directs you to a rules website. And our third, Naturalize. More Slivers. Shock's back. Siege Mastodon, Demolish, Archaeomancer, Giant Spider, Disperse. Our first uncommon is Spellblast. It's an X blue and counter target spell with a converse mana cost of X. For example, blah blah. I don't think I need that example there, but it is a beginner set, so I can kind of understand that. Our second uncommon is Gnawing Zombie. It's a 2-drop 1/3 zombie creature that's got an ability on it that allows you to tap 1 generic and 1 black to sacrifice a creature, and then target player loses 1 life and you gain a life. It seems like an awful lot to go through for a 2-life swing. I'd rather just see it be sacrifice a creature for the 2-life swing, but neither here nor there. Congregate is a 4-drop instant. Target player gains 2 life for each creature on the battlefield. That seems like a great, and you know, it is an underlying tone of M14, and also with, I think, Dragon's Maze too. Not so much Return to Ravnica and Gatecrash, but you see cards that are more geared towards people playing Commander, and this is definitely one, especially if you got 6 guys playing and 20 creatures out there, at least. This would be a very important card to have in Commander. Wild Ricochet is our rare. It's a 4-drop instant. You may choose new targets for target instant or sorcery spell and copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So not only do you get to replicate their divert their spell, instant or sorcery spell, you also get to replicate it and redirect it as well. So that's a really good card, I think. As far as I know, it's not terribly highly valued, but I can definitely see that being something cool. And you don't usually see a lot of counter or diversion type spells in red, so that could be a surprise to your opponents. mountain and a cat token. I will have the event deck to open up for you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get it up before the weekend. And I know that a lot of people have seen the openings already on them, but I just want to go through a few things that I noticed when other people were reviewing that. There's a lot going on with that deck. It's a little more confusing than a typical event deck is. And there are some definite and easy cards to take out and put in right off the bat. Briarpack Alpha is a 4-drop 3/3 with flash, which means you can cast it at any time. And Briarpack Alpha enters the battlefield. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I like that. Molten Birth is a 3-drop sorcery where you put 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens on the battlefield and flip a coin. If you win the flip, return Molten Birth to its owner's hand. So here's a card where I don't typically like the mechanic of a flip or a chance or a roll the dice, or a anything that's conditional upon essentially luck. But here, there's no real drawback to it. So you're getting your 2/2 red elemental creature tokens for a cost of 3. So you're getting 2 1/1 creatures for a total cost of 3, which is so you're only paying that 1 extra mana for that chance to get this back again, and that's not terrible price to pay for those odds. So I don't dislike that card. Enlarge, this target creature gets +7/+7 and gains trample until end of turn. It must be blocked this turn if able. So you're really there to shut down someone else's creature and help yourself essentially destroy whatever they have left that they've been kind of hesitant to block with for 5. So it's kind of a timing thing, and you're not using it to damage your opponent. You're using it to take out his or her creature. Seraph of the Sword is a 4-drop 3/3 flyer, and you prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to Seraph of the Sword. So that's not a bad card. I guess it makes it pretty much indestructible to creatures. We have a rare, foil back here. Looks just to be a Jace's Mindseeker. So it is a rare foil. That's great to see. It's a 4/4 for 6. It's a flyer that when it comes into play, or when it comes into the battlefield, your target opponent puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into their graveyard. You may cast an instant or sorcery card from among them without paying its mana cost. So that's great. So really what you're getting here is for 1 extra blue mana, because your 4/4 takes care of the 4 mana. Your flyer is your extra 1 cost there. So you're just getting, you get to essentially get a free play and take 5 cards out of the game, or at least into the opponent's graveyard, for that 1 extra blue mana. So I think it's a great card. I don't know what that's valued at, but that's a cool one. I like it. I like the artwork on that too. So that's nice. I wasn't expecting to get another rare foil in the box. I think that makes it 3. All right, we got Smelt Negate, Child of Night, Lay of the Land, which is kind of just a nice card to have if you've don't have your mana base completely set or completely figured out. It kind of helps you find what you need, because there are no dual lands in M14. Now you still have, you're going to have all the dual lands, or the shock lands anyway, from the RTR block for the next year, so you don't really need this. And even the Guild Gates work probably just as well, unless you're going to pair this with something like the red card that turns a mountain into a 7/7 creature, and you want to get another mountain out of the battlefield. That's something you'd use this for. 2/5 for 5. I'm not sure if I understand that card. Maybe there's something else to do with it. Maybe there's something that calls on the crab. It is a heavy defender, the 5 toughness there. But I'd like to see that more at like a 3/1, or a 4-drop 2/5 instead of a 5-drop. Like this card, it's a 3-drop 4/1. I guess I should probably like this card if I like this one, but I don't. Probably the spookiest artwork in this set. Looks pretty creepy, huh? I'm going to get rid of that. Act of Treason's a great card. You gain control of target creature until end of turn, untap it, and gain its haste for 3. So if they've got a big creature out there, now the only drawback, or moderate drawback, is that it's a sorcery speed, but still good. And I also like Auramancer. So some of these commons are very strong, I believe. When it enters the battlefield, you return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. This will be important when Theros comes out, because it is going to be an enchantment-heavy block, or set and block, from what we know, and I think it's going to be an important part of a lot of decks in Standard. Cancel. And our first uncommon, I was just going through the commons there, I'm sorry, I get distracted easily, but there are some very good ones in there. And I'll just touch on Cancel very briefly. It's for not much more than you'd pay for the old Counterspell itself, which was a rare up until like M12, I think, or maybe a little earlier than that, but it was still the 1 extra mana to counter anything, a creature, an enchantment, sorcery, instant at instant speed. I think it's undervalued. Tenacious Dead is a 1-drop 1/1. When it dies, you may pay 1 generic, 1 black, and if you do, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner control. There's some kind of difference with this, and someone, thank you for trying to explain it to me. Try to explain to me the difference between this and Regenerate. And I may not have captured it, so if someone else wants to take a stab at trying to explain it to me, I'd appreciate it. There's just some fine point on when you can do this versus what doesn't work with Regenerate. Water Servant's a 3/4 for 4, and it's kind of got that mechanic that is usually reserved for. What was that? Aetherling? There was a card that had several 1-drop abilities on it that were like kind of inverses of each other. +1, -1, -1, +1. Or you could pay both and have +0, +0. Sengir Vampire. I'm surprised they haven't updated the artwork on this one yet. This has kind of been the same one since there's like a Beatdown card or something like that. Or maybe it was the Scourge block when that artwork first came in. And I think it's out of date. I think it's not even cool looking. I miss the old guy. And a rare is an Indestructibility. 4-drop enchantment where enchant permanent has indestructible. So that's cool. Swamp and Tip card. And let's take a look at the last pack here. I could have gone through and done a video every day on these, or film several videos at a time. But I figure, hey, let's just get these packs open and start talking about the cards. You can choose whatever you think is best out of them if you like drafting. But while you're here, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down there. I'd appreciate it, and it helps people find these videos. And I'm going to do some cool pack openings, or keep doing some cool pack openings. So it'd be cool to have other people see these videos, and that like button helps, and so does the subscribe button. And actually, while we're talking about subscribe, I have one more thing at the end of this video, so don't head out just yet after I reveal this rare, because I want to hit, I think, about 50 subscribers, and I think I only have less than a dozen right now. And I'm going to open up something cool when we get to 50. So just go through the uncommons again here. Illusionary Armor, Flames of the Firebrand, Phantom Warrior, which is an old standby card, which I like a lot. And our rare, Domestication. This is a 4-drop enchantment, and we got a swamp and a tip in the back here. Enchant creature you control. You control an enchanted creature. At the beginning of your end step, if enchanted creature's power is 4 or greater, sacrifice this card, which means that that card goes back to your opponent. So not overwhelmingly strong there. So just to go back through these again: Domestication, Indestructibility, Jace's Mindseeker foil, Seraph of the Sword, Wild Ricochet, Megantic Sliver, and Ajani's Chosen. So what I was going to do is when we hit 50, I'd like to open up this Angels vs. Demons pack and comment all the cards inside. It's a dual deck that came out maybe a couple years ago. Let me see the date on here. 2009, so 4 years ago. And I don't think anyone's opened one on YouTube, so I'd be happy to be the first one if they have. you know, hey, maybe I still will open it, or I'll find something better to open for a 50 subscriber mark. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll comment below, and I'll reply to probably every comment that's there. And thanks a lot. Take care.